The good news is that you can serve sake at many different temperatures, anywhere from just out of the fridge at 40 degrees, all the way up to piping hot at 130 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, if you have one of those small ceramic sake cups at home, that is great to use for sake. But also feel free to just grab a wine glass and use that as well. So when you get sake home, you want to be sure to keep it in a cool, dry place, and you want to drink it within a year at the most. After you've opened a bottle of sake, you can actually enjoy it longer than you may have expected. You can keep a bottle of sake for 2-3 weeks or even more. There are some styles of sake that are aged on purpose, and those have a wonderful, rich flavor. But for the most part, you want to drink your sake fresh and bright. So if you drink too much of any alcohol, you can get a hangover. But sake is only 15% alcohol, and if you don't overindulge and enjoy with food, you'll have no problem at all. Now, if you've seen a cloudy sake that's kind of milky white in appearance, in Japanese we call this a nigori style. Now, nigori means murky or unclear. And this style of sake is related to how the sake is pressed. If you use a coarse filter, little bits of rice starch get into the final product, and that gives us that cloudy appearance. And the taste is a little bit sweeter than clear sake as well. People often describe sake as being built like a beer and it drinks like a wine, but actually sake is its own unique beverage. It's naturally fermented from rice. One thing to know is that sake is not a distilled beverage. So enjoy it as you would a wine, grab a wine glass, and have it with a meal. You'll really enjoy it. Now, sake on average has about 15% alcohol, and the range of products you can see on the market anywhere from 13 to maybe up to 19% alcohol. Beers are generally 5 to 8%. And if you look at a wine, you can get anywhere from 10 to 14%. So it's generally a bit stronger than wine, but you can definitely enjoy it with a meal. Now, of course, you can pair sake with your favorite Japanese foods. Everyone knows sake goes well with sushi, sashimi, and other Japanese cuisine. But did you know you can pair sake with non-Japanese food as well? Try sake and cheese. It's one of my favorite combinations. Cheese has saltiness and a little bit of umami in it, and it pairs wonderfully with the gentle umami in sake. Sake is low in acid, and if you find a sweeter style, try pairing it with dessert, something like a dark chocolate or a fruit tart. It complements it beautifully. So in essence, there are really only two kinds of sake. We have sake that are made with rice and water only. We call these a pure rice style. And then there's some that are very lightly fortified with distilled alcohol. We call these the alcohol added style. For the pure rice style, there's 3 grades: Junmai, Junmai Ginjo, and Junmai Daiginjo. And as you move up those grades, sakes get more premium, more expensive, and a little bit more silky and elegant in texture. For the alcohol added styles, we have Honjozo, Ginjo, and Daiginjo. Again, as you move up, you get more silky and more elegant. Okay, now that you've learned a little bit about Hakai-san sake, I hope you'll give it a try at home too.